so expensive.
You could buy yourself a car actually, but you know what? Some people can afford it, so why not? Why not just splurge?
Yes, why not just splurge? Anyway, I hope that story has helped you with your wedding preparations, especially in choosing a dress. But don't forget preparing to get married for your wedding.
That's very important.
For the rest of your life, your marriage, not just your wedding. That's why we spoke to a young couple who recently got married, Azmir and Nurul Jannah, and they shared with us their preparations for marriage life. Let's take a look. Azmir and Nurul Jannah met 1.5 years ago after Azmir asked Nurul out on a date over Facebook. A whirlwind romance followed, and 8 months later, an elaborate surprise proposal.
I was just being a friend, and there was no expectations then. I think as we started hanging out, we grew to like each other.
I think it started off from having no expectations.
Yeah, that was
like, oh, okay, I really enjoy this person's company.
Still, the couple agrees that dating is nothing like spending the rest of your lives with each other. And deciding to get hitched can bring out the best and the worst in a couple.
We've had our arguments, we've had our tears, a lot of heart-wrenching, hair-pulling moments, but in the end we got down to it, talked it over, and we were alright. I think.
it was so much easier after that.
But it wasn't easy.
Still, like all soon-to-be wed couples, Azmir and Nurul admitted there were some unresolved issues they hoped will clear up over time.
Kids. He wants 4 and you want 1. I don't know how we're gonna solve that one.
Well, I want at least 2, but she still wants 1, so there must be a negotiation somewhere.
Despite this, the couple was pragmatic about the quest for happily ever after.
Ooh,
That's the fairy tale question everybody would love to believe in. But I think in reality you can't say that, because you always have your fights along the way. Everybody has different opinions. Yeah.
Like what she said, fairy tales are all fine and great, but then you face the reality and you find that there's probably a lot of friction, a lot of ups and downs, but it's how you manage that. And assuming that we do manage it well enough, then yeah, happily ever after it is.
With Azmir and Nurul's story in mind, I went to see Dr. Anjali Doshi Gandhi at the National Population and Family Development Board to get tips on how other couples can prepare for their own forever after. So Dr. Anjali, tell me, why is it that so many marriages end in divorce nowadays?
Compared to our older parents and all that, you work at it. You make sure it's for life commitment, and you make sure by hook or by crook, you will make a success of your marriage. But nowadays, sometimes we are a younger generation, we are a little bit impatient, our lifestyles are so stressful that we tend to go for divorce. Basically, on our survey findings, we find that communication is an issue, or financial problems.
What are some of the common myths or misconceptions with marriage?
Some say marriage is a bed of roses, but that's our expectation and that's our hope for our future. But it can be a bed of roses, it can be happily married forever, but you have to work at it. Some other myths would be like, for example, you can change your partner after you get married. Yeah?
That's a common one.
Yeah. We are, hopefully, we keep our fingers crossed. Maybe change to a certain extent, but you cannot basically, change 100%. And some people say, if you quarrel and all that, then you are headed for trouble. So sometimes you tend to avoid those issues. But to me, what is important is when two people come together and live together, you are bound to have some differences and all that. But you must learn the skills, how to communicate, how to resolve conflicts, how to discuss things. I think in a marriage, it's a partnership. You have to share, complement, and support each other's roles and responsibilities.
And my last question is, how can a couple prepare themselves or mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially to ensure a successful marriage?
In that context, the National Population and Family Development Board, also realizing that we are in the business of strengthening marriages and families, has come up with this Smart Marriage program, premarital program for couples. In this 2-day program, we talk about personality, knowing your personality, your partner's personality, your expectations in marriage, your communication skills, learning how to talk with each other, conflict resolution, intimacy, When we talk about intimacy, it's not just sexual intimacy, it's the other factors as well that come in, the communication, the adaptability, the flexibility, financial intimacy, discussion of things. So these are some of the key areas which we feel can become critical.
Fortunately for Azmir and Nurul, they managed to attend a marriage course before their own wedding and since wed in style, knowing they're on a journey they've prepared realistically for. Congratulations, Azmir and Nurul. May you be blessed with a long, blissful life together, whether you end up having 4 kids or just 1.
Congratulations, Azmir and Nurul Jannah, from all of us here at Ladies Day Out. Tahniah, tahniah, tahniah.
Tahniah.